Cheers! Guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are out with the iPhone 15 Pro Max, taking some street photography throughout the day. All of the photos in today's video are edited with my presets. There's a link in the description. There's 125 plus of them, and we're going to go and see what we can get with this absolute beast of a phone. First location that I'm going to get a shot with the iPhone 15 Pro Max is this one here on Air Street. It's a really cool shot because you have the archway. I typically go the other side and shoot towards me, but it's too busy that side and there's a car parked literally right in the way. So this is going to be a nice simple shot. I'm going to make sure I'm in RAW max. I'm not entirely sure what the difference between RAW and RAW max is, but I'm going to make sure I'm in RAW max. To have a quick run through some of the lenses. So 0.5 is obviously what you can see on the screen, and then 1 is what you can see on the screen now. 2 is what you can see on the screen now, and then 5 times is obviously mega punched in, and then we're just going to get a shot of that. Let's wait for something like the bus. Bad timing from me, but it's pretty cool with this new 5 times lens, which is on the screen. I'll do those as we kind of go along. I'll run through them and just show you all the different lenses in different locations, and how you'd use each individual lens at each individual location. Like here, I would definitely be using the wider lens because you can see that on the screen, because it just shows more of the image. And as I go on, I'll explain where you'd kind of use the 5 times and the 1 times and 0.5 times. But it's very busy out today, so we'll just be strolling the streets of London with this incredibly impressive phone. Okay, so I'm going to get a shot at 5 times. There's BMW up there, which isn't too bad. I was kind of hoping, there we go, there's another cyclist coming down the road. I might be able to get the cyclist, hoping he goes ahead of like the cars and stuff, and we can just maybe focus on him. So cyclist coming into frame, which is super sharp. And then let's try and get the bus as well. This is at 5 times, which is obviously really punched in, but looks really cool. And I'm very impressed with how sharp they are. A lot of the time when you have these really like zoomed in lenses, you lose a lot of the quality. However, that didn't seem to be the case. And from the 14 Pro, it does, I can't remember if they said it was wider or not. I mean, one of you can correct me in the comments, but it definitely seems wider. I'm going to go with this generic shot. So up the road we've got a bus coming down, which is pretty cool. I'm going to get a shot here and wait for it to kind of be framed by that little archway where it says underground. Okay, I just got a shot of somebody walking up the stairs at 0.5. Got some more people coming up as well. It's pretty cool. Maybe there's another way of getting this. Quite a nice frame. So I'm just using this as like a little frame. One of the advantages obviously using a phone for photography is that it's just mega portable and really easy to just carry around and get shots whenever you're in a new city. So just waiting for that bus to enter the frame that I wanted in. As it goes into the frame now. Sick. There we go. So just from this one location alone, we've got 3 or 4 photos using the wide angle. And that is, I probably only use the wide angle lens there because of the shot I'm trying to get. This road's closed, so I can actually just stand in the road. Let's go, we'll go to 5 times and we'll get a shot of somebody on top of the bus. Just tracking with that person as they were on the bus, staring out, looking pretty concerned actually. But anyway, that was 5 times, that lens. I'm not going to say every single time. If I can, I will. But on the screen, I'll try and... you can kind of see if it's 5 times because it's super punched in. And if it's mega wide, then it's obviously 0.5. Getting these nice reflection shots of people walking out on the street. What I want is that reflection shot, but then also somebody walking through the frame at the same time. We'll see how that looks. So on the screen you can see the before, how it looks straight out of camera, and then how it looks also once I've edited it. It's a cool little shot here as well. Because the dude just sat on the inside. That's actually a really nice shot. So if you're interested, I will also be doing a another video exactly like this, a POV video at night time. So I'll be doing both daytime and nighttime. This might be out after, or it might be out before. I don't know which one I'm going to post first. I don't know if I'm going to post the night one first or the daytime one first. But either or, subscribe. Why not? It's completely free for you, helps me out, and then you get notified whenever I do upload. Just coming up to actually one of my favourite kind of mirrors, streets, I don't know what you'd call it. It's called Wilder Walk. And as you can see, if you're looking up, look up there, you can see it's got a bunch of mirrors, which is really cool. So I'm going to go into photo mode. Probably need to find somewhere where I'm out of the way. Maybe just on the right here, so I'm kind of hidden. So sick. Working with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the phone, place it right up against this window here. I'm tapping on the screen and I'm scrolling down, and what that does is it just changes the exposure of the image. It's not just too bright, and that's actually a really cool shot. Come down to Chinatown because I think it would be a really good space to test out the 5 times. As you can see in front of me, it is mega busy. So I'm going to throw the 5 times lens on. So we've got 5 times on, and I'm just going to basically raise the camera up and look down Chinatown, and it's not bad. I mean, here what I'll do is I'll also show you the difference. So we'll go to 1 times. So on the screen you can see it at 5 times. On the screen now you can see it 1 times. And now you can see it on the screen at 15 times. At 15 times, geez, at 0.5 times. But you can see why it's good to use the 5 times lens, because it crops in, like it doesn't crop in, but it's like more punched in. I'm trying to explain this in the most simplest terms. It's more punched in, so you get a more of a compression shot. I'm going to use the 5 time lens here and get a shot of the lanterns, because I think it looks really nice because of the layers of the lanterns. There you go. That's nice. One thing I will say is it's really slow when you're tapping. Like if you're trying to take multiple shots, there's been a few times then where it's like it wouldn't, when I was trying to press the photo button, this here, it just wasn't working properly. And I'm not the first person to notice that. You want it to be like quick, but it's really slow, and I think it's because it's in raw mode, so it's taking time to process. Now, another recent video that I shot, I got a photo here where I went in this phone box, which stinks of piss, and then shot through here. So I'm going to do the same, but I'm not going to go in it because it just stinks. So we're at 1 times, and we're just using this and that as a frame, which is pretty nice, to be honest. It looks really sick. Come down to the London Eye to get a typical London shot. However, the overcast sky makes it look incredibly boring, but nonetheless we'll get the shot because we are here. For the sake of this video, we'll do 1 at 0.5, 1 at 1, which is equivalent to 24mm, and then we'll do 1 at 5 as well, which is a different perspective. But I think that's one thing, if you're doing phone photography or photography in general, whenever you go to a location like this, for example, always take as many different angles as you can, different lenses, different types of shots, because it's going to give you better results. Okay, so for the next shot I've come down to more London. It's really nice because you've got the trees as well at the moment. So we're going to go to 5 times lens. So that was taken on the 5 times lens. I'm probably going to push up a little bit more. Now ideally I would be coming out at like 5 AM in the morning, just so I can not have to deal with all the crowds, because it's pretty intense. It's been such a long time since I've been actually walking down here, and I don't remember it being this busy. I mean, I know it's the middle of the day on a Sunday, so I can't really complain, but let's have a look, see if we can get this one. Okay, And there is a shot down here that we can get with the 0.5 lens, so mega wide. And there is a street that I know of that I'm going to go to instead of this one, which should be hopefully a little bit less busy. So the look up shot here is, see this edge of this building? Literally just look up here, which I'm going to get now, which is actually probably one of, if not, yeah, no, definitely one of my favourite look up shots in London. It's very like pointy. That's the best way I could describe it, but as you can see on the screen, you know what I mean. From here, I'm going to get a 5x shot of the top of the shard, but in the reflection, which is quite a cool shot. So we get one in the reflection and then one not in the reflection, just so I have both. So that was both at 5x lens. It has been so long. It's been an actual minute since I've seen Tower Bridge. Okay, so a shot that I've done numerous times on this channel is down here. It's pretty grimy at the moment, but we can still get the shot. I think 0.5 is definitely going to be the ticket for this shot. I'm going to crouch down to get the shot so I can get this nice frame. You just got to be careful when you come down here because it is mega slippy, but also the tide can actually like catch you out and you can get super wet. But it's a cool shot for sure. So I'm up on Tower Bridge, and in the distance down there, you won't be able to see it, but in the distance you can see Canary Wharf. And I think at 0.5x, that's actually not that bad, you know. Right, full send. Back in the good old London days. So we'll get one actually at 5x as well of the bike in front of the bus. There is a red bus in the distance, but this hasn't got anything in front of it. So we're going to get down super low, wait for the red bus to go through the frame. It's just a different perspective. Hoping I can get just the red bus, but we'll see. What a legend. He slowed down for me. Obviously it's mega busy, and again, if you're going to come out specifically for photography, you want to come out during the morning, because it's going to be a lot less busy, a lot less hectic, and obviously you're going to get better shots, and you don't have to do so much like Photoshop to be able to walk away with the usual image. But I'm happy with it, considering it is literally 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm heading over towards that area over there where the Gherkin and the Lloyd's building is. Heading towards the Lloyd's building to do some look-up shots. And a look-up shot I've never actually done. It's just here on this road, which heads down towards the Sky Garden. Sky Garden? Yeah. So I'm going to get a shot of the Sky Garden as well. We're going to go 0.5 of this to get kind of like the corner details. Quite a nice shot. And then we're going to go to 0.5. And then we're just going to do a look-up shot here with a bit of the Sky Garden in it, which looks pretty cool. Just jump across the road before we get run over. And there's just so many shots to take, and I just want to give you an overview of what photos you can take on this phone if you're just walking around the city. Now, obviously this is not supposed to replace a point-and-shoot camera or a professional camera, because it just won't ever match that quality. But to have this in your pocket to walk around getting shots whenever you go out in the city, it's perfect. This is a nice shot here as well. I think maybe 1x. Now we could probably do 5x to get a nice little detail shot actually. So we're at 5x. Nice little detail shot, and it's just something you can carry with you that obviously has the plus side of being able to go on the internet, etc., and all that good stuff. But it also means that you can just take it out and about whenever you're going, I don't know, out with friends or on the way back from work. You can just get some shots along the way, and they're going to be good enough. So we are walking into where the Lloyd's building is. For those that don't know, the Lloyd's building is the cool one on the left hand side. So we'll get a look-up shot here, which will be the first of many. we're at 0.5. But also, a little tip for you, if 0.5 isn't wide enough, what you can do is go to pano, so the panorama mode, and you're going to just do a panorama mode, just tilting up like this, all the way backwards, and it gives you a really cool, super wide panorama shot on your phone. Then you can crop that as you wish to have a wider image. I typically don't do that, but if you'd like to, it's a nice little tip for you to be able to do that. I do like this building, this one here. I just like the way that the panes of glass are like stagnated. So I think we might be able to do like let's do a 1x, get a nice detail shot, and maybe we can do a 5x1, which is probably going to be really punched in, but it might look pretty cool. Oh. So that one's at 5x, and then we'll do one at 0.5 as well. Okay, and we're going to get the generic 0.5 shot over here. So again, just to reiterate, the reason I'm saying 0.5 is because that's what it says on here. So 0.5 times is the wide lens, 1 times is like 24mm, and then 5 times is like 100 and something mil, I think, or 75, I don't know, I can't remember. It's just very wide. So 1 times, just here, we can get one of the Sky Garden, which is quite nice. And then if we go 0.5 and do a look-up shot here, which is of that shot there, which you can see, which is the thumbnail, as you've already seen, and which is why you've clicked on the video, it's just a really nice shot. I'm not going to spend too long in this location because it's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to head back towards Piccadilly and Soho area, which is where I'm going to be doing the nighttime video on this as well. So there's actually a shot that I've never actually got. There's actually a shot that I've never actually got. How many actuallys can I say in a single actual sentence? Is this one here, and the light's really nice at the moment. I should probably get more photos. So 5 times, looking down towards where Monument is. It's actually a really nice, that's so nice. I'm actually like surprised I've never taken that shot. It's a really nice layered shot, and I'm hoping we can get some nice lighting shots before the video's ending. I'm heading down towards the bank area, and the lighting has just started to kind of pop off. So I've just taken one at 1 times, wasn't that great. 5 times, let's see if we can get something pretty cool with this dude. I think, personally, if you ask me, on a personal level, I think it's a good shot. I just love the portability of a phone. I'm not necessarily saying iPhone, any phone photography, taking a phone out. It's just nice and portable. Again, I will reiterate, this is not a video saying that this will replace any sort of street photography camera, because it just won't. Because cameras are just infinitely better, and if you're a photographer already, you already know that, and I don't need to tell you. But a lot of people seem to get this confusion that it's on par with a professional camera. And yes, looks-wise, colours-wise, you can get it pretty close. But quality, in terms of sharpness, I personally, it's just the depth isn't there. And those that do filmmaking, those that do photography, they know exactly what I mean. But to normal people that don't do that type of thing, I can see why you would say that they're very similar. Maybe a shot of Monument. That actually looks really clean. Mad. Alright, well, we're going to walk down the street until we potentially get run over. Risking everything for this shot. Nice little shot of the cyclist. Give him a wave. Hi. I got a smile instead, which is good. There's a shot that I know that I can get because it's not affected by the roadworks. So we'll walk over there and go and get that shot. If the sun plays nicely, we might be able to get something here. A good frame but you just got to get the person walking through at the right. So I'm waiting for somebody to walk past there to get the shadow on the wall, and I think I got it. And I think someone's walking down the stairs as well, which is also good. Yeah, I prefer it when someone was walking past. Anyway, that's the shot. That was a lot quicker than I anticipated. Last time I stood there for about 15 to 20 minutes trying to get that photo. So that is a win indeed. Anyone else on this bus? This geezer. I mean, these are actually working pretty well. But I've made my point, and you can see what I mean. There's some nice lighting over there. So just now I was saying that there's some situations where I feel like the 3x lens would be better than the 5x, and this is one of those situations. So I'll show you what 5x looks like for the top of St. Paul's, which I will add, it's not a bad photo. But if we take it back to 3x, which is not a real focal length on this, it's not an actual lens. If you look at the two, one is obviously more punched in and cropped in than the other one, whereas the 3x lens, it just shows a little bit more, but it's not super duper wide. Going down into the tube, actually this is pretty cool for a wide shot, as you can see. It's definitely a mood. Make sure I'm not blocking anyone. But that's definitely like a commuter shot, something you can get on your commute whenever you're going like back and forth to work. I'm on the platform for the tube station. I'm on the platform for the train at the tube station, and it's always a good wide shot to get. So haven't got one in, I don't know, like a year, so might be a good shot to get. Oh, it does look good. If we go down the end, get the full like compression length of the actual platform. It's got a bit of a curve in it, which is nice. Let's have a look, and we can play around with some of the other focal lengths as well. So I think 0.5, kind of self-explanatory really, isn't it? Pretty cool wide shot. Train, if I remember rightly, is coming from that side. So if we go 0.5, and we'll get a really compressed shot of like the train, well, firstly the platform, but then sick. Oh no, I wanted to get a video. I am not going to be quick enough. So I've come back towards Central because this is where I'm going to be starting my next video. Well, the video that I'm recording after this one, where I'm going to be using this phone at night time. I'm not sure which one I've released first, either the nighttime one or this one. Either way, you've seen both of them, I hope. If you haven't, then subscribe. Go and have a look on the channel. There's tons of other ones on there for you to have a look around. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've learnt something along the way. And again, all the presets are linked in the description. Go and buy them and go and enjoy.